Yeah, I think it's going to be an overreaction on the betting public toward New Orleans, and that's what I'm seeing on the source that I use in terms of money bet and volume of bets on the early betting coming in on New Orleans on both of those factors. So, look, 47-14, impressive, right? No matter how you cut it, it's the NFL. Open 47-10, excuse me. But let's keep in mind they played the Carolina Panthers at home. And that's a Carolina team that went 2-15 a season ago, and they'll be lucky to top that 2-win barrier this year as well. And then conversely, Dallas, and you just mentioned it, how good they looked. Let's keep in mind that's a Cleveland team they beat on the road, a Cleveland team that was a playoff team a season ago, a Cleveland team that had Deshaun Watson, the guy they signed for umpteen dollars, so their star quarterback, if you will. And yet, as a small dog, they held them to 230 yards and just dominated the game, winning 33-17. So the caliber of competition that both of these teams played drastically different. Dallas playing the better opponent in week one and on the road, while the other flip side of the equation is New Orleans played the lowly Panthers at home. This is also a Dallas team, 6-1 straight up and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 home openers, Teddy, including 3-0 straight up in ATS if they were a favorite, or 6 or more in those games. And let's not lose sight of the fact that Dallas Cowboys, 16-0 straight up and 12-4 against the spread in their last 16 regular season home games. Regular season being the key words there, folks. And that includes 9-3 as a favorite of 5.5 or greater. Again, I think there's going to be an overreaction on New Orleans here, and I think Dallas is going to show the quality of the team that they are, and they're going to humble and bring back down to earth the New Orleans Saints. I am going to take Dallas late at 6.5, Teddy, over New Orleans.
So Dallas took pretty heavy under money on their season win total all off season. And then they go to Cleveland and they face Deshaun Watson, who hadn't played since October, November of last year, didn't play in the preseason. And Watson looked very rusty, to put it mildly. We saw all the other quarterbacks, the veteran quarterbacks who didn't play in the preseason coming off season-ending injuries, like Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins, also play very poorly in their debuts, or relatively poorly in the offenses for those teams. None of them worked with the QBs that got hurt. Was it Dallas good, or was it Cleveland bad? No one's thinking that New Orleans did anything by beating the Panthers, but there's definitely a thought process out there that Dallas did something by beating Cleveland. Is that real?
Yeah, I mean, it is absolutely real. I mean, Cleveland's still a quality team. Look, that defense is as good as anybody in the NFL right now. And as a matter of fact, although Dallas put up 33 points in that game, they had less than 300 yards of total offense. It was just more of a self-destruction by Cleveland and the Dallas defense being dominant more than anything else. In New Orleans, again, there's going to me, sometimes the saying is you're not as good as you looked or not as bad as you looked, and I think that's going to apply to New Orleans in this matchup. Teddy, I just think they're giving us the winner here. I mean, like Prez said, you're looking at a New Orleans team coming off a blowout win in which they looked absolutely impressive, and they're catching 6.5 in their following game. I'm not falling for it. I'm not taking a bait. I'm taking a favor.
We've spoke about it. It's $5 Tuesday over at Wager Talk. What do you have going for the clients?
Yeah, I got a winning total in the Phillies and the Rays game tonight for $5. And folks, if you've been following me since I've been with Wager Talk / Sports Memo, I've been making an absolute killing over the last year with my totals plays in all sports. A profit of $6,378 since August 4th of last year on all totals. Major League Baseball totals run 19-13 right now. So, cash in. I mean, $5, folks. $5. That's all. Spend a little to make a lot. I got the winner in that game on the total, and encourage all of you, WT.buzz/RB. You can get it right there.